Welcome, graduates of the class of 2023. Tonight is your night. Welcome, family, friends, faculty, staff, and honored guests. My name is Dr. Linda Fedrizzi-Williams. I am the 10th president of Central Penn College, and on behalf of our board of directors and our entire college community, we are so excited to be among the first to congratulate you on this incredible evening. I am serving as your Master of Ceremonies tonight alongside my colleague and our provost, Dr. Krista Wolf, and together we cannot adequately express how very proud we are of each and every one of you. We are going to begin our commencement ceremony with the playing of our national anthem, sung by Sydney Hoke, so please rise if you aren't already, if you are able.
You see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you. You may be seated. You may be seated. Unfortunately, a night dedicated to celebration has an undertone of profound sadness for a bunch of us tonight. We are coping with the sudden death of one of our students and Central Penn family. 19-year-old Angel Mercado was a freshman at the college. He was a player on our men's baseball team. He was a small business and entrepreneurship major, a student in good academic standing, and he was just a very kind young man. And he lost his life on Tuesday in a tragic accident. So I ask that you please keep Angel, his family, our baseball team, our Central Penn family in your prayers tonight and every night, and please join me in a moment of silence for Angel and his loved ones. Fly high, Angel. Graduates, I have heard it said that it's not about the finish line, it's about the journey. But you know what? Tonight, my friends, it is about that finish line because you are within seconds of crossing over. Tonight embodies an achievement that I encourage you to reflect upon often, and when you're going through difficult times and tragic times like many of us are feeling, you have to recall victories like tonight. These are the milestones that you have to remember. Many of you worked really hard to get this degree. Many of you worked while going to college. Some of you have children and families that you're managing. A lot of you faced additional personal challenges on top of that. And yet you are inches away from that finish line. Tonight is a testament to human spirit. It illustrates the triumph of dedication over difficulties and grit over grind. Some people cry at weddings. I get emotional at graduations because the love and the pride that's felt in this room is completely overwhelming and runs so strong. Every single person here feels pride in what you are accomplishing. Your parents, significant others, grandparents, siblings, children, friends, so many other key cheerleaders, including everyone on the stage, your professors and your staff at the college, who will keep cheering you on in the next part of your journey. There's an old Chinese proverb that says, "Teachers open the door, but you must walk through it." It's a beautiful sentiment because it means we've given you the tools, we've given you the books and the textbooks, but now it's up to you to actually walk through that door and apply the lessons and skills that you have learned. Remember, for those of you going directly into the workforce, and some of you may be there already, there's no studying for the test anymore. Now you get to choose, and yes, it is a choice. You have the power to do right, so I urge you, choose to do good, choose to do right, choose to do more. And while it may only take you 30 seconds to hear your name called, get your diploma, shake my hand, smile for the camera, that will be right here, exit the stage to the right, I know that it has taken you decades to get to this moment in time. And this achievement is uniquely yours that no one will ever be able to take away from you. And your families and friends know your whole story. They know what you had to go through to get to this moment. They know the hurdles you jumped, the doubts that you may have had about yourself. So you should have a special place of honor in your hearts for your family and friends. And you should also have a special place and honor for all these professors who opened the doors for you so that you're able to walk through them. Our world needs graduates like you who have grit and discipline and strength. So thank you for walking through our doors at Central Penn College, because we up here are better because of your presence. Congratulations. At this time, I would like to invite our Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs, Dr. Krista Wolf, to address the class of 2023 and to introduce this year's recipients of the Honorary Doctorate degree.
Thank you, Dr. Federizi. Good evening and welcome. We are extremely excited to see all of you here tonight to celebrate the accomplishments of these inspiring individuals. Life is like a choose-your-own-adventure book. With each choice, it takes you down a different path in life. All of you who sit here before me chose Central Penn as your academic guide to help you write this chapter of your life. Now, today, some of you may be closing that chapter and preparing to write another as you embark on a career, while others of you may be preparing to continue on with your education. But whatever the case may be, relish in this moment and reflect upon your accomplishments, and know that your family, friends, siblings, and loved ones, and everyone here at Central Penn is extremely proud of you and your accomplishment. College is not easy. No one ever said that it would be. And we are thankful that we could help you to write this chapter of your life's journey. Now at this time, the college will carry on the time-honored tradition of conferring the Doctor of Humane Letters. This year, we are so fortunate that we have two esteemed recipients. Now, the Doctor of Humane Letters is not something that can be earned through scholarly study. It is a degree and an honor bestowed upon those who have made significant contributions to society throughout their lives. Today, the college will be recognized two extremely successful Central Penn College alumni who are remarkable examples of public servants, leaders, finance professionals, and strong supporters of Central Penn College. These two amazing individuals are Eric Gutshall and Michael Wilson. I will begin this evening by recognizing Mr. Eric Gutshall. Eric holds a Bachelor of Science in Business Administration, which he earned here at Central Penn. And he also has a Master's of Public Administration from the University of Pennsylvania. He has also completed CEUs at Harvard University and the University of Chicago. He currently serves as the Executive Director of the Pennsylvania Higher Educational Facilities Authority and the State Public Schools Building Authority. In his role, he issues tax-exempt bonds and loans and oversees more than $8 billion in outstanding bonds for educational institutions across the state. Prior to his role as executive director, Eric has worked for Governor Tom Wolf as the Director of Constituent Services and later as the first Secretary of Intergovernmental Affairs. Eric has worked closely with Pennsylvania State Representative Patty Kim, as well as the United States Congressman Todd Platts. Governor Shapiro appointed Eric to help the Shapiro-Davis transition team as a member of the State Government Operations Advisory Committee. Today, he serves as Vice President of the League Foundation, a national organization that awards college scholarships to LGBTQ individuals going into college, and he serves as advocacy chair for the National Association of Health and Educational Facilities Finance Authorities. Eric was also named 40 Under 40 honoree and part of the Power Pride 100 list. In his spare time, which I don't know if he has any, he loves to travel, explore new cities and destinations. It is a goal of his to take a trip every month to somewhere new. He loves to try new restaurants and cuisine. Man after my own heart, I love food. And after all that travel, CrossFit calls his name because he does note that self-care is extremely important to him. It is with great pleasure that I present the first Doctor of Humane Letters to Mr. Eric Gutshall. Eric, will you please come up?
Good evening. Let me make sure I have my right page here. I think I'm going to be a little shorter of a speech than that bio, so thank you so much for all those kind words. To the Board of Directors, President Fredrizzi, Provost Wolf, the college professors, the college staff, the event staff here tonight, thank you. Thank you so much for this opportunity. To the families, chosen family members, loved ones, friends, and others here tonight, thank you for supporting these graduates, for believing in them and seeing their true and endless potential. Thank you for being a part of their success tonight. Graduates, congratulations, you did it. Embrace the joy, the excitement, the unease, the unknown, and the success of the years you've put into this college and all that this college has done for you. You now have the tools. You now have a new power. Nelson Mandela said, "Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world." So I say to you tonight, go and change the world. I'm still working on it myself. And I'm trying to do so by taking chances, giving second chances, creating belonging, fostering meaningful relationships, taking risks, and being a public servant, all while trying to constantly adapt and learn and understand how invaluable education is. Because that's how I got here tonight. You see, after I was born, I came home from the hospital to a single-wide trailer in a small rural Pennsylvania town. My parents, a drywaller and an office assistant at a local small manufacturing company, they weren't college educated. They weren't politically connected, and they certainly were not well off. But they taught me very important lessons. However, I still struggled with myself, my identity, my weight, my awkwardness. I struggled with fitting in, with accepting myself as gay, finding my way, finding my passion, my purpose. This struggle affected my studies. Report card after report card outlined Fs. In high school, I came to a fork in the road. Drop out or flunk out. But thankfully, my high school guidance counselor, Sherry Maines, had a big heart, and she had a mission to give kids a chance. And she said, why don't you push through? And why don't you try Central Penn College? That might be the place that gives you a second chance. That might be your opportunity. It was the only college I applied to, and here we are. I owe so much to Sherry Maines and to Central Penn College for giving me a bridge to my future, for giving me a ticket to a new life of opportunities. So of course, like this college, Sherry means a lot to me. And that's why I was overjoyed when she recently announced that after many treatments, she beat breast cancer. She saved my life, and now her life has been saved too. Graduates, the message here is simple. Give people chances. Give people grace. Find ways to give people opportunities, and never, ever let anyone tell you that education is not the key to success. I am thankful that I am living proof that education is, in fact, the key to success. Now, while at the college, I focused on my academics, found my passion for politics and public service, and built a lot of incredible relationships. Relationships that have stayed with me even after my own commencement. One such friendship is with Professor Jennifer Duff. Now, when I was a student, she taught me a lot about writing. And let me tell you, I have the red pen marks to prove it. But after I graduated from Central Penn, we became friends. And she taught me a lot about life. She taught me a lot about belonging and also how to win a game of Uno. Now, as I already mentioned, I struggled with my identity. Growing up in a rural and fairly homogeneous area, I was worried that telling people I was gay wasn't going to be readily accepted or approved of. And so I waited until after I graduated college to live a fully authentic life, something that no one should have to do. And unfortunately, I was right. When I came out as gay, I lost my home. I was no longer welcome. I was verbally evicted. And having recently graduated college and not having much money, I was in shock, I was in disbelief, I was lost. But without hesitation, my former Central Penn College professor and my friend, Jennifer Duff, opened her heart and her home to me. She offered me to stay in her guest room for a few weeks until I was able to figure out a strategy to move forward. She showed me the way to give someone belonging. She showed me the power and the feeling of inclusiveness. She showed me what genuine care and friendships are about. The people at Central Penn can impact you for the rest of your life. They certainly do for me. Graduates, the message here is simple. Create belonging for others. Stand up for others. Celebrate others. Live your truth and find your people. Now, while my story involves struggle, it also involves hope. And I've used it as the guiding light in my public service career. My dear friend, Representative Malcolm Kenyatta, often says, people closest to the pain should be closest to the power. And that's exactly what I've used as my purpose. I have fought so hard to make government work for people who need a chance, for the people that need belonging, and for the people who are going through struggle. That's what gets me up each and every day. Graduates, the message here is simple. This degree is changing your life, and it will continue to change your life. It will continue to give you opportunities you may have never known were possible. So use it and go change others' lives. Use your lived experience to make this world a better place. Because let me tell you, we need you. We've got a lot of work to do. Now tonight, you're finally going to receive that piece of paper. Your diploma, which symbolizes and documents your hard work, your achievement, your education, your degree from Central Penn College. And now, when you leave here, you may go and you may hang it up in your home or in your office, or perhaps you have the perfect spot picked out in your Zoom camera angle. But every time you look at it, let it be a reminder, because it's a reminder to me each and every time. It's a reminder that I may have started behind, but I'm going to finish ahead. It's a reminder that you may have struggled, and you may have struggled, but you can turn that into hope for other people, and you can turn your own life around. And let it be a reminder that education can change this world for the better. So graduates, congratulations. I cannot wait to come back here and hear your stories and your commencement speeches. Congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you, Eric. And now, without further ado, it was with great pleasure that I introduce our second honoree, Mr. Mike Wilson. Mike also graduated from Central Penn College with a Bachelor of Science in Business and went on to earn his MBA from Eastern University. He is a graduate of the 2019 and 2021 Credit Union Executive Society CEO Institutes and also completed his Chief Executive Certification in 2022 at Cornell University's Graduate School of Management. Mike currently serves as the Chief Executive Officer for Members First Federal Credit Union. However, breaking news that we just learned that Mike has been named the next president and CEO of Members First, succeeding the incredible George Nahodal, who is with us tonight. So we are very excited and want to congratulate him on that honor. Well deserved. However, currently, until July, Mike is leading the business development and wealth management teams to cultivate new relationships and foster current ones and help to drive business. Mike has over a decade of business and advocacy experience, and it is extremely involved in the local communities within Members First's footprint. And most notably, he serves as the president of Members First Charitable Foundation. Mike serves on several boards, including the Cross-State Credit Union Foundation, the NAFCU Legislative Committee, Harrisburg Regional Chamber in Creedick. Mike has a strong community tie to South Central Pennsylvania's region as a graduate of the Leadership Harrisburg, Cumberland, Lancaster, and Lebanon programs, and is a lifelong advocate of the tenets of servant leadership. With a passion for people and entrepreneurial thinking, Mike has been recognized for his professional accomplishments with numerous business awards, including the Emerging Business Leader of the Year for the Harrisburg Regional Chamber and the Capital Region Economic Development Corporation. Again, I don't think either of these young men have much spare time to do anything else. However, when he does have that, he loves to watch the Rocky series, traveling with his beautiful wife, and spending some time with some wine pairing. I may have to tag along at some point for some of that. So Mike, will you please come forward?
I love that he knows.
I feel like I got knighted. See, that's funny because it was a Central Penn joke. And then my wife says, if you have to explain it, it's just not funny, Michael. And she's very right. Thank you, Dr. Fedrizzi, Central Penn College Board, faculty, staff, most importantly, students and soon-to-be graduates. I stand here this evening thankful, appreciative, and stunned. I do not come from a family with a history of college education pedigree or even financial resources. I came to Central Penn because I'm a scrapper, a fighter, and I would bet money that most of you are too. I remember working full-time while living at 3 Todd Hall, and I remember graduation and being on my own and trying to figure out what was next. I remember signing the lease for my first apartment with a lease special for the first 3 months at $99 a month, and getting my first couch for $35 at Goodwill. And I figured that would buy me time to work hard, save money, and become sustainable. I had a 1989 Pontiac Grand Am that was sporadically reliable at best, and I had to take public transportation to get to work so I could pay my bills if my car broke down. This was me at 19 and 20 years old, and I felt alone, but very determined to do something meaningful. See, when you're in your 20s, you feel like you can take on the world, and you can put it all on your shoulders, and you can do it alone, all about me. And what I'm hoping to impart on you this evening is to understand how grossly inaccurate that is, because none of us are self-made. Grit, perseverance, and never giving up can get you to a certain point, but we've all had people who have helped us along the way. In fact, I would argue that life is about the power of relationships. Relationships mean everything, and they come full circle. It's not about me, it's about we. Developing a strong network at a young age is your next level of education. The piece of paper you get this evening sets the stage for meeting the job criteria, but the trusted relationships you build from today forward will get you the actual job and the promotions that follow. I have not formally applied for a job in almost 20 years until just a few months ago. And it's because I've been asked to partner with people I know and people who trust each other. Because it's not about the individual when you go into the battle of business. It's a team sport. And people want to go into battle with people they trust, people that they know will have their back. I think back to a time when I was a young hotshot in a job that I had in my very early 20s. I was the highest performer on the team, and it wasn't even close. I was producing more than the rest of the team combined. I felt invincible and indispensable, and my ego and my immaturity got the better of me. I had decided I deserved a raise. Thankfully, a man by the name of Kevin Quinn took a liking to me, and he pulled me aside and he said, "Michael, I'm going to tell you this one time and one time only, because I think you have tremendous potential. Straighten up and get your head out of your butt." Only he didn't say butt. We are all replaceable as individual contributors, but we have higher hopes for you, so don't blow it. Kevin said, if we were looking at production based on numbers purely, yes, you deserve a raise. But we want to see you put as much effort into helping your colleagues as you do into your individual work, because we believe you can lead teams. But you can never evolve to lead a team if you don't get out of your current mindset, because you'll be nothing more than an individual contributor who hit his peak, and we think you're better than that. Whoa, mind blown, and my eyes were wide open and quite a new perspective. And I could have dismissed Kevin's advice or been defensive or fought for more money. Instead, I said challenge accepted. Kevin gave me several tests and increased my responsibility, with no more money, by the way, to test my commitment, but then even more and even more. And next thing I know, I'm an assistant director, then a director, then ultimately directing all of our regions and even traveling to different states to train other associates as the company grew. And there's a lot more to this story and the relationship, but the point was that someone believed in me and helped me to change my perspective so that I could grow professionally, to change from me to we. Thank you, Kevin, who is watching online this evening. Fast forward about 10 years later. I somehow found myself with the honor and privilege of being an appointed official as part of a governor's administration. I remember getting that call like it was yesterday. A stranger on the other line said, "Please hold for the Secretary of Education." Am I under arrest, I thought? I didn't even know the Secretary of Education had that kind of power. I was nervous. We had met at an event that I was hosting at my home, and I helped him with something afterwards, but little did I know that was going to lead to a job offer. Talk about equal parts exciting and intimidating. I wasn't even sure I was going to take the job because I knew it wouldn't be permanent. And I had another supervisor at the time, another great mentor, Dr. Reese Fleury, who pulled me aside, and he said, "Mike, the odds of people getting these kinds of opportunities are so few and far between. And it's not that we want you to go. You do a great job. But I promise you'll have a job here when your appointment is over, and quite frankly, the people you'll meet and the experiences you'll gain will make you an even better asset to our organization. So go take a chance." How selfless of Dr. Fleury, I thought. I remember my first cabinet meeting, and I must have been 20 plus years younger than everyone else in the room, and I remember being in awe. I remember the Secretary of Education distinctly saying, "Each of you is here because you represent an area where I have a knowledge gap and need some help. You're all here because you are the absolute experts in your areas, and even though we will not always agree, that is how we will make informed decisions to do meaningful work for this Commonwealth. And we walk out of here supporting the group's decision because everyone will have had a chance to have been heard, and we will support each other." Wow, another impactful we moment. Thank you, Dr. Fleury and Mr. Secretary, who are both watching online this evening. And now, if we can talk about the person who professionally changed my life the most and to help me become the person who stands before you here this evening. I met George Nahodal, CEO of Members First, because I cold called him. Scrapper, remember? At the time, I was starting a young professionals nonprofit, and I asked the chamber president who might be willing to help us with a little bit of seed money and maybe some volunteers. She suggested that I reach out to this guy, George, at Members First, who had the job that I have today, and she said that he was known for helping people in the community. I said, awesome, that's my credit union, and off I went to call George. I put together my little business plan, and I went to visit George in his office. And he said, I like you, young man. We'll help you with your request, and we'll even have someone at Members First serve as your board treasurer. I thanked George, and we honored Members First as we became an official 501c3 nonprofit that still exists to this day. And about a year later, I was involved as a founding partner of a business that needed some help, and I called on George again. And once again, George helped with something that nobody else would have helped with. And even though I've since exited that partnership to focus on my career, that business still stands today because George helped us when no one else would. And we honored Members First for helping us from startup phase through mature business stages. Over the course of a few years, George and I became personal and professional friends. And in 2016, he took a chance on me as an unconventional hire with big responsibilities, and we became colleagues at Members First. George was about to become the CEO, and he was looking for someone who had the potential to step into his role that he was vacating. See, what's important to understand here is that Members First is a $7 billion organization today that employs 1,200 people and serves 550,000 members across a large footprint. Think about that for a minute, and then reflect on the fact that he was willing to take the time to meet with me on incredibly small needs, not once, but twice, on a startup nonprofit and a startup business. And the point is, no matter how small the ask, he always took the time. He always took a vested interest in my future and expressed the importance of helping others with their futures, something he taught me extremely well. I've learned so much from George, and there's no greater mentor or friend. And some of the most important things I learned from him are that relationships mean everything. And you can take chances on and with people when you have a strong relationship because you have trust, values, and a work ethic that are aligned. You won't let each other down, and then you use your blessings and your resources to help others do the same in an effort to build a sustainable cycle of success for the next generations. Thank you, George, who is here in person this evening. I've also learned that relationships come full circle. And just to show you how small the world is and how it can all come back to Central Penn College, my grandfather was a road warrior traveling salesman. And when I was a little boy, he used to tell me things like, in school, Michael, they will talk to you about your ABCs, but Michael, ABCs means always be closing. And he would also talk to me about my positive motivational attitude and a number of other quirky motivational quotes, many of whom were coined by a man none other than Charles Tremendous Jones, a local legend who has the namesake of the Central Penn College Library right next to 3 Todd Hall that produced this graduate standing here before you this evening, who happens to be friends with Charles Tremendous Jones' equally tremendous daughter, Tracy Jones, whose children's books are sponsored by Members First. So what's even more full circle is that my most meaningful relationship, my biggest hero, and the love of my life is also a proud Central Penn graduate. And we did not know each other during our time here. And I'm gonna be honest with you, that's probably a good thing because Amy wanted nothing to do with me when she first met me. But like I said, I'm one heck of a scrapper and persistent fighter and hustler, and here we are as a couple almost 10 years later. If you look outside the courtyard next to the Charles Tremendous Jones Library adjacent to 3 Todd Hall, you will find a Central Penn alumni banner that says Michael Wilson loves Amy Zentz with our graduating class years on it. Amy is my absolute world, and she and our 26-pound pug Piggy Smalls keep me grounded as we fight, scrap, and hustle together as a weird little family. The support from my work mom, Linda Weaver, has been just as critical, and I would not be where I am today without her support. I thank you both, all of you who are here this evening. So in closing, congratulations to this graduating class of scrappers, fighters, and hustlers. When people tell you you can't, or you won't, or you'll never, or you have no chance, that's what this school is all about. So go out there and build your relationships as your next level of education. Be open to those aha moments when your Kevin, your Dr. Fleury, your Mr. Secretary, and your George help to guide you. And most importantly, do it for others so it comes full circle. Don't be me people, be we people. Thank you.
Eric and Mike, Thank you. Thank you for those inspiring words, and we thank you for coming tonight to our commencement ceremony to celebrate all of our graduates and everything that you do for our community, the students, and our college. One more round of applause, please. At this time, I will ask Dr. Jared Reif, our Associate Provost, to come up to the stage as he will recognize our valedictorian and salutatorian for the class of 2023.
Good evening, honored guests, family, friends, graduates. I assume you're there. We can't see you at all. You could have all left. It's my pleasure this evening to present two of your very own for special recognition and present the graduating class of 2023 salutatorian, who earned the class's second highest GPA, and the valedictorian, who achieved the highest GPA of this year's graduating class. First, I would like to recognize Casey Gokenauer. If you can stand, Casey. Casey is earning her bachelor's degree tonight in accounting, and she is your class of 2023 salutatorian. Next, I would like to introduce you to your 2023 valedictorian, Wyatt Delancey. Wyatt has had a wonderful career here at Central Penn. He was on the Dean's List every term. He served as president of the Activities Advisory Board, was a member of the Legal Studies Society, and served as vice president of the Student Government Association. Wyatt is currently working as a paralegal at a law firm in Carlisle and plans on attending law school in the near future. Please join me again in congratulating your 2023 valedictorian, Wyatt Delancey. And now we get to listen to him and give a few words.
Good evening, fellow graduates, family, and friends. I am so honored to stand before you and with you tonight. First of all, I would like to thank my mom for being a never-ending source of motivation. This night would not have been possible without her encouragement throughout my rocky high school journey. Yeah. Hi, Mom. Without her, I would not be the man that I am today. Even though I contemplated dropping out of high school, thanks to her, I made it to this stage, in this gown, here tonight. I'm reminded of the famous expression, if at first you don't succeed, do it the way your mom told you. I would also like to thank my friends and roommates who provided so many great memories along the way. They made my college experience anything but boring. Specifically like to thank Mr. Aaron Christiana. He's a great guy. If you don't believe me, just ask him. I would also like to thank Central Penn College and every one of my professors for the opportunity to earn my degree. Special thanks go to Professor Donnelly. Professor, back there somewhere. I'm incredibly grateful that I had the amazing opportunity to take your courses and to work with you as a part of work study. If someone had told me that I would be valedictorian of my graduating college class when I was in high school, I wouldn't have believed them. In fact, most of my high school colleagues still wouldn't believe that I'm here giving this speech tonight. I'm very fortunate that right before my high school graduation, a representative from Central Penn came to my school and talked about Central Penn's legal studies program. I had often considered going to college, and when I saw the opportunity, I jumped at it and applied immediately. In college, I found the will to succeed. Suddenly, failure was no longer an option. And here I am, from a student with a lackluster high school GPA to valedictorian of my graduating college class. I think I speak for us all when I say it wasn't easy. There were times when I felt overwhelmed and burnt out, and I'm sure you all felt the same. But now we can officially call ourselves college graduates. And although I've searched for words of wisdom and inspiration, I think that our actions speak louder than any words I can offer. We put in the time and effort, and we displayed the determination that it took to earn our degrees. It's also important to remember that we didn't just succeed as college students, We succeeded as college students through an unprecedented global pandemic with the uncertainty and sweeping changes that it brought with it. I hope you take the time to congratulate yourselves and relish in your success. It's easy to look at our diplomas as just a piece of paper and slide it into a drawer, hang it up on a wall, but they're much, much more than paper. They're receipts of our hard work. When you find yourself stressed and on the brink of giving up, think about your diploma. And remember, you felt overwhelmed before. Think about how good it feels knowing that you pushed through and succeeded. Remember that you succeeded when you're reading your first syllabus in grad school, or you're sitting at your new desk station on your first day on the job. And remember that just because we're leaving Central Penn behind, we're not leaving behind the memories and the education that we received here. Before I finish, I'd like to leave you all with just one quote that encompasses how proud I am of myself and my fellow graduates. The roof is not my son, but I will raise it. Thank you, everyone, and congratulations.
Thank you, Wyatt. At each commencement ceremony, the college also recognizes students with some special honors. These awards include the Student Service Award, Student Leadership, the Legacy Award for Perseverance, and the Military Service Award. For the first award, I would like to ask Dr. Mike Cattermole, our Program Director for the Business and Professional Studies Program, to come to the podium to present the Student Perseverance Award.
The Student Perseverance Award is presented to an individual who has shown extraordinary commitment to both campus community as well as the community at large. This award is presented to a graduate who has shown commitment to volunteerism and service. And the winner of this year's Perseverance Award is Nathaniel Jean Phillip. Nathaniel has demonstrated the power of perseverance and a positive mindset throughout his life. Nate has not had it easy in his life, but continued to push forward in his challenges, both personal and educational. Nate dealt with many challenges while growing up and committed to pushing forward. Nate also found difficulty in transitioning to Central Penn College due to those circumstances, but did not allow for those challenges to stop him from the pursuit of his degree. Although there are many bumps in the road academically, Nate reinforced hard work and determination at Central Penn. He became more engaged on campus, volunteered his time, represented the college at events, and achieved success. Nate also became a leader on the men's basketball team, often sharing his journey of difficulty with his teammates to both encourage them and help them throughout difficult circumstances. Nate deserves this award for showing that your life circumstances do not determine your ending, and through hard work and perseverance, you can achieve great things. Here you are. Thank you so much, man. Can you say something or we need to get right here? The Student Service Award is presented to an individual who has shown extraordinary commitment to both the campus community as well as the community at large through their commitment to volunteerism and service. The winner of this Student Service Award is Josh Soy. Josh's nomination reads as follows. Josh is a valued member of our Central Penn College family. I'm able to work with Josh in various capacities, including Student Government Association, the Activities Advisory Board, Gamma Beta Phi, and Homecoming Court. With Gamma Beta Phi, He has really taken the lead. He worked his way up from a new inductee to president. I am so impressed with how he has jumped into organized events, including volunteer projects, as well as our biannual induction ceremony. He is organized, committed, and a team player. Here is a list of the service projects he helped to facilitate. Homemade dog toys and treats for Canine Crazy Pet Rescue. 4 Diamonds Toy and Donation Drive. Salvation Army Angel Tree Family Program. Induction to Gamma Beta Phi merchandise donations donated to Canine Hero Haven. Spring theme cards for the elderly, and care packages for homeless shelters. In his role as student government secretary, Josh also did a great job advocating for student needs. He was incredibly professional when meeting with members of cabinet and worked to be a voice for the student body. Next, it is my pleasure to present to you Paul Miller, Program Director for the Communications Department, to present the Student Leadership Award.
Thank you very much, Mike. The Student Leadership Award is presented to an individual who demonstrates the commitment, enthusiasm, and spirit of service exemplified in a modern leader. It is my pleasure to announce this year's winner, Dylan Bowman. Dylan's nomination reads, Dylan has absolutely earned this award. Even while only being on campus for 6 terms, just a year and a half, Dylan was not only able to rise to be the president of the Nightly News Media Club, but also leave a lasting legacy at Central Penn College. Bowman produced 2 of the most time-intensive stories in the history of the Nightly News, something he calls his History Preserved series. This series chronicled the Boyer House on our campus and a former radio station back on campus in the 70s and 80s. In addition, Dylan was the driving force behind a documentary that we did with West Shore Connect and their partnership with Central Penn College, providing a resource to the group for potential future students. Finally, and most importantly, to this day, Dylan is still the athletics photographer, even after graduating. And for Knights Nation, Dylan won first place for his sports photography at the Pennsylvania News Media Association, which we just got to share with him just a few weeks ago. Dylan is shown with some dedication to his craft and a positive attitude. Anything is possible. Again, congratulations, Dylan. And I now have the pleasure of calling to the podium Dr. Kimberly Tanish, the Program Director for the Occupational Therapy Assisting Program, to present our Military Service Award.
Good evening. The recipient of this award demonstrates both academic excellence and commitment to not only his or her academic endeavors, but to serve and protect our country. This student can be an active or reserve member of the military, balancing the requirements of being a Central Penn student along with serving in the military with excellence. The winner of the Military Service Award is Carly Powell. Carly's nomination reads, Carly is a passionate, dedicated OTA student who has served in the Army National Guard for the past 3 years. She consistently puts her best foot forward and works tirelessly to engage with her field of study. Carly is the first to volunteer in community outreach events and participates wholeheartedly. She navigates the demands of a rigorous program and simultaneous military service when schedules overlap. She consistently communicates absences related to her military service and ensures that all of her work is completed when she is away from class. Carly continues to grow in her profession and plans to continue her degree in a master's program for occupational therapy this fall. We are so excited to offer this award to Carly Powell. I now have the honor of bringing back to the podium Dr. Jared Rite to present the Faculty Excellence Award.
Thank you, Dr. Tanish. It is a privilege to present the Tade Milano Faculty Excellence Award. This award is presented to a full-time faculty member who is dedicated to teaching and providing an educational experience that positions students for success in their chosen field of study. Faculty who receive this award support students as they help them turn their potential into career success. And graduates, this year's winner is none other than Dr. Brant Ellsworth. His nominations read, I had this professor in my first term at Central Penn College. He is so kind and a great professor. I look forward to being in his class every day. He makes class more animated when he tells stories and tries to talk to you rather than letting you go. My class was small, but we all like participating because when you have a good professor like that, you want to do your work a lot more. He makes the environment nice and calm, and he is funny too. Another student wrote in their nomination, he makes class fun, engaging, and really makes you think about life topics and how they affect you. I really have enjoyed his class thoroughly. And lastly, one student claimed that Dr. Ellsworth left a phenomenal feedback on every single assignment. He also always kept his class very well informed of what was going on. I was in his ethics class with him, and that's not just my type of course. He still made it a positive experience. Now, the nominations continue in this vein, but I think we're here for something else. So thank you, Dr. Ellsworth. And on a quick side note, he just yesterday celebrated his 17th wedding anniversary. And Mrs. Ellsworth is somewhere here in the crowd tonight. So congratulations, Dr. Ellsworth. And now, the moment you've all been waiting for and working towards. It's time to award some degrees. To begin, I have the pleasure and privilege of calling Dr. Cassandra Hillegass to award the Master of Professional Studies. Dr. Hillegass.
Good evening. Earning the Masters of Professional Studies in Organizational Leadership is a remarkable achievement that should inspire great respect and appreciation in all of us. As our only graduate program here at Central Penn, I can assure you that it is a challenging intellectual pathway designed to develop leadership skills through an interdisciplinary approach to learning. As students advance through the program, they're exposed to current leadership thought and theory, while gaining the skills necessary to inspire and excel in leadership positions. As Shakespeare said, do not fear greatness. Some are born great, some achieve greatness, some have greatness thrust upon them. For this program, we teach greatness. Whether the leadership position you hold came to you at birth, or by happenstance, or by hard work, no matter what your talents are, your hard work and leadership training can make innate talent grow exponentially. Upon completion of their coursework, students engage in a term-long applied capstone project, where they identify, research, and propose a solution to real-world leadership issues. These projects are proof positive that our master's degree students are indeed masters in their studies and their destiny. They promise to lead their community, their career, their corner of the world, and I cannot wait to see the heights they will achieve. There are authentic leaders and force multipliers who personify Peter Drucker's famous words. Management is doing things right. Leadership is doing the right things. Will the master's degree students rise and approach the stage? Congratulations. Oh, sorry.
Mary Ellen Bird. Carrie Bordash. Nicole Ruppert. Brandy Clendenin. Ruth Ritchie. Katerina Popik. Matthew McLaughlin.
And now, will the Bachelor of Science students please rise and approach the stage?
Sheila Iliano. Mark Powell. Kyle Alber, magna cum laude. Brittany Smith, magna cum laude. Maisha Fisher, summa cum laude. Nicholas Dunlap. Dylan Bowman, summa cum laude. Sarah Weaver. Marissa Humphrey, summa cum laude. Haley Heverly. Midelis Torres. Brian Strawhacker. James Gutshall. Kelly Kurtzuls, magna cum laude. Angela Smizer, summa cum laude. Stacy Poe, magna cum laude. Stephanie Pinheiro. Casey Trone, summa cum laude. Rachel Snyder. Tyrese Opio. Jacob Favinger, summa cum laude. Jilkumar Patel. Alicia Early. Aisha Khan. Abigail Maisonette Jarina. Chelsea Barrick. Christine Garrig, summa cum laude. Kiana Rivera. Tiffany Dobbins, magna cum laude. Alexia Grider. Adam Klauser, cum laude. Josh Soy, summa cum laude. Sierra Phillips. Jeffrey Elliker, cum laude. Alex Lilja. Travis Lavelle, summa cum laude. Summer Billow, magna cum laude. Caitlin Jarevich, magna cum laude. Susan Enlow, summa cum laude. Leslie Andino. Sissy Mitchell, cum laude. Prayer Bombs, cum laude. Luceret Costume. Travis Kaufman. Jane Graffenstein, summa cum laude. Jacob Elijah Phillips. Samantha Maria Slade. Nia Woods. Randall DuPont. Chanel Perry, magna cum laude. Nathaniel Jean-Philippe. Irmeas Sagai. Jolene Rojas. Megan Beisel, summa cum laude. Dimiana Soares Naruz. Belinda Rivera. Elsie Rangel. Alexa Sugart, summa cum laude. Chelsea Ober, magna cum laude. Eric Anderson. Hermione Azandakan. Michael Hammer. Alyssa Simmons. Jennifer Hundley. Matthew Bixler, summa cum laude. Vessa DeCary Jeanette. Casey Gokenauer. Wyatt Delancey, summa cum laude.
Will the associate degree students please rise and approach the stage?
Michael Flores. Taishay Allen. Gina Lauer, cum laude. Cassandra Trago. Sabrina Lawrence. Jessica Neve. Jenna Hackert. Callista Darney. Chloe Bomberger. Kerrigan McCardle, summa cum laude. Ellen Weaver, summa cum laude. Kaylee Thomas. Ashley Shibley, summa cum laude. Rachel Polaro. Ashley Rothfuss. Colby Edwards. Zachary Hafner. Lainey Swartz. Macy Clock. Todd Pope. Christina Griffin, summa cum laude. Carly Powell, magna cum laude. Miranda Fortenbaugh, magna cum laude. Talia Garcia Amaya. Emily Helsley. Jalen Murray, summa cum laude. Colin Hoy, summa cum laude. Katie Gegenheimer, cum laude. Liana Smith. Alyssa Kerr, cum laude. Marie McGann, magna cum laude. Lance Ritter. Alec Alec Evanitis, cum laude. Brooke Herb. Zion Gibbs. Laura Matos, summa cum laude. Morgan Metzler. Christy Gramling. Lexi Hoover, summa cum laude. Lottie Gingrich, cum laude. Kylie Thompson. Jaisley Schaefer. Haley Kohler, summa cum laude. Allison Sheffer. Ariana Lackey. Jamani Williams. Dawn Lamarca, summa cum laude. Shania Joppi. Lisa Small. Heather Engel. Nicole Verbecken, magna cum laude. Crystal Ferrante. Mrs. Deborah Yoakum, summa cum laude. Francisco Pellissier de Jesus. Abigail Bogner. Amson Charleston.
And now, will the certificate and diploma students please rise and approach the stage?
Catherine Lex. Nicole Novello. Abigail Irizarry. Katie Baraga. Alicia Guerra. Nemona Toke. Jennifer Alicia. Aaron Bell. Janine Oliver. Lauren Schaefer. Jania Freeman. Mary Burrow. Adriana Haslam. Justina Alpert. Gajibu. Sierra Thaler. Kimberly Matthews. Jenna Richardson. Gabrielle Wall. Brianna Riley. Autumn Golden. Ashley Cohen.
Okay, we'll give everyone a second to get to their seats. Okay, it is now the time, by the power vested in me by the Pennsylvania Department of Education and the Central Penn College Board of Directors, I hereby confer the Masters of Professional Studies, Bachelor of Science, Associate in Applied Science, the Associate in Science degrees, and all certificates and diploma recipients, all the rights, honors, and privileges which pertain to that degree and certification. Undergraduate students, using your left hand, you may now change the position of your tassel from the right to the left. Congratulations, 2023 graduates of Central Penn College. And now, Dr. Fedrizi.
Congratulations, graduates. At this time, I am pleased to introduce one of our most involved and well-known students on campus, the president of our Student Government Association. Erin Christiana has made an enormous impact that will endure as a positive legacy for others to follow. I am honored to introduce Erin Christiana.
Good evening. Tonight we're here to celebrate the start of a new journey for a great group of individuals. And I have personally shared experiences with many of you on your way to the stage today. As you part ways with Central Penn, I have one reminder. Don't forget where you came from. The same people who helped you get here today are going to be the ones who want to see you go the furthest tomorrow. Decision making is not the easiest thing to do, but you have all motivated and pushed each other in the direction of trust and confidence to do so. Remember that you will always be supported as a new door opens and new doors close. That was our college experience to a T. Keep your support system close, and that will allow you to surpass many obstacles, no matter how big it may feel. Whenever you feel stuck, remember that Central Penn conditioned us to thrive. Think back to finals week, or the 12-page term papers, or statistics class. And remember that you are here today. You are not the first, and surely not the last, to encounter this feeling. You didn't complete college in a day, but stay grounded and trust your instincts. My closing words for you today are, Central Penn started for us as an academic adventure, but I'm sure that many of you will agree it introduced us to family. Remember that the special moments you shared together will help you create new ones on your own. Family is forever, and I wish you all the best of luck on your future endeavors. Thank you.
Thank you, Erin. I now have the pleasure of introducing Chad Rooney to make brief remarks on behalf of the Alumni Council.
I'm Chad Rooney, the Vice President of the Central Penn Alumni Association, and I'm a two-time graduate of Central Penn, which has guided my career in public administration. The Central Penn Alumni Association strives to engage and connect students, alumni, and college administrators to ensure new graduates like yourselves know you are not alone as you begin your career. We serve you by assisting with finding a career job, networking with others in your industry, and ultimately serving the next generation which is coming up behind you. I welcome you to our Alumni Association with general membership. Your lifelong membership reflects the enthusiasm to get your college career started, determination to overcome obstacles, and perseverance to traverse your bridge to success. As part of the association, you'll be provided opportunities beyond the classroom, to network with alumni in your field, to audit courses at Central Penn, attend webinars, and maintain a high level of marketability and keeping your skills fresh. We also provide you with an opportunity to kick back and enjoy the spoils of a Central Penn education. We have regional gatherings and worldwide trips through our alumni adventures, allowing us to connect on a more relaxed level. I encourage you to connect with the association and maintain contact with the school you chose for higher education. You can stay connected by following our social media pages, our webpage, email updates, and the Pendulum Alumni Magazine, which is sent out twice per year. You are now part of an organization of nearly 13,000 alumni who graduated from Central Penn since 1984. Our alma mater is only as strong as the effectiveness of our alumni. I challenge you to promote the school through your voice, social media, and documentation of the skills you've learned here. Now a graduate, you're going to be looked upon as a role model, and the talents you demonstrate in the workplace will be noticed. Your employer, co-workers, and others who you come in contact with are going to ask you where you went to college. I encourage you, though no one really knows where Summerdale is, to say with pride that you went to Central Penn College and educate them on our school. So I congratulate you all as you embark on your life journey and embrace the words that you can go slow, allow your dreams and goals to change, but live an intentional life. Thank you.
Thank you, Chad. And now we are coming to a close of our commencement program. So a few things. Oh, yes, you could clap for that. We're going to celebrate. You're going to be with your graduates in just a few moments. What we will do here is we're going to take a second and reflect on your tremendous accomplishment as we listen and hopefully sing along to the Central Penn alma mater. The faculty and staff will leave the stage. Please wait for all the graduates to leave the auditorium before you follow us out into the lobby. Graduates, once again, congratulations. Now go out there and do great things.
God preserve